I'll just make a few opening remarks and then leave it to the keynote speakers. They all have structured presentations to make. Basically, so far, coal gasification and coal to liquids, at least in this country, is more of a seminar topic for discussion and debate, rather than action on the ground. Not much has happened so far. I would say, unfortunately, a country like South Africa has come up with, long back, with a plant like Sasol, which uses maybe 25-30 million tons of coal, which they produce themselves. And that is converted into liquids, which meets a very sizable proportion of South African requirement of liquids, and also more than 100 chemicals. I was just discussing with a gentleman from that region who was here in the inaugural session, and I had the benefit of personally visiting Sasol at some point in time. It was extremely impressive. The most important thing is, although the liquids definitely are marked to, are benchmarked to the international prices of petroleum, but since this plant produces both petrochemicals and petroleum, and diesel and things like that, the plant has never suffered a loss in its entire years of operations, and it is on commercial scale from 1983. And why did it happen in South Africa? Why not in India? Because that country was struck by sanctions. We didn't have any sanctions, so we are still discussing gasification. I think a subtle change that has happened in the last, let's say, just few years, very recent change. Still 3-4 years back in India, we couldn't think of using coal for anything other than power generation. I distinctly remember the debate that happened when 2 blocks were allotted for coal to liquids, one to Jindals and the other to the Tatars. A lot of people felt that we are actually foregoing power generation capacity. Allowing a block which can produce 20 million tons of coal for liquids is amounting to foregoing 5,000 megawatts of capacity build-up in power sector, which India cannot afford. So that was the kind of situation. And incidentally, those block allotments have been questioned. They are now no longer there. But this was the kind of mindset that coal in India can be used only for power generation. There is no other use for coal. And that is actually at the core of not being able to progress much on these kind of ideas. It is no longer a great R&D thing, because a plant doing coal to liquids in a big way with all kinds of chemicals has been in operation for 35-40 years now. So it's nothing very great R&D. One can do it, provided where one can allocate coal. Now in the last 1 year, just with Coal India giving a growth of 32 million tons last year and 50 million tons this year, suddenly the scenario has changed. Every power station is flushed with coal. Coal India is having a stock of 67 million tons and doesn't know what to do with the coal. So that every ton of coal has to go to power is under question. So this is possibly a good situation where we can again bring back this item at the center of discussions and debate. I think gasification is definitely a better way of using coal than only generating power, which cannot avoid emissions. There will be huge emissions there. Let me tell you another example, because I had spent about 3.5 years post-Coal India into a fertilizer industry. In fertilizers, particularly in urea, there is a gap between the supply and demand. And the gap is because gas is not available. It's all on natural gas or naphtha, etc., that urea is produced. And other than gas, all other raw materials or feedstock is considered to be not affordable anymore. Government has actually decided that urea plants based on other than gas fuels should gradually change over to gas, but the gas is not available. So in that kind of a situation, one good possibility could be coal to ammonia, and then use the ammonia for urea or NPK or whatever it is for the fertilizer sector. And that would be, again, a better use for coal rather than coal to power. So I think we should look at a rational redistribution of our coal resources And a country sitting on 300 billion tons of coal, I think the coal reserves today with India is certainly bigger than that of South Africa or even Australia. So we should creatively look at creating a coal abundance in the country and allotting coal for these kind of applications.